Last today, I want to introduce our new head football coach. Our football program has been around since about 1929. It's been a big part of what we do. I think, Sean, we may have the most wins of any of the 15 colleges. I'm not so sure about the number of championships, but I think we have the most wins. So I could say we're the winningest program. Taking over a position of the head football coach is very important. We see this as the front door of JCJC, and our success is often perpetuated by the success of what happens on the football field. We believe what we've done in baseball and in soccer. We believe that we're going to create great leaders, and we want to get the community so involved with what we're doing. That's why we took extra time and looked for the right man to take over as our new football coach. The last thing I sent to Coach Buckley after he agreed to come to JCJC, I sent him a text. It said something very similar. It said, "Coach, I want you to look at the name Jones. Look behind me on the wall. And so look at the middle three letters up here on the wall. You see the number 1. I said, Coach, that's your number. So I want to introduce the number 1 coach, the head men's coach at JCJC, Coach Steve Buckley.
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Before I get going, I want to thank, I think you two guys are very lucky. You got to thank him. I got to thank a whole committee, so y'all didn't have to interview in front of a committee, it sounds like to me. It's kind of drooling. I want to thank Dr. Smith. I really do. It's been a pleasure to get to know him over the last 7 to 10 days and dealing with him and the professionalism that he's dealt with this situation. Dr. Sam Jones, I think he's out fundraising or doing something today. He's the vice president here. Really have enjoyed getting to know him. Miss Katie Harrington, I was fixing to say Eaton. I've known Katie a long time. Miss Katie Harrington, she's unable to be here today. Richard Fleming, Paul Culliver, and Joel Kane. And then I'd like to thank the Board of Trustees. I know we just had a meeting and got this thing finalized, and I'm excited. Second thing I want to do is introduce my wife and my daughter. My wife is Christy. She is from Petal, Mississippi. She's not from Ireland, pretty close though. She grew up in Petal. She spent a year at Jones before she went to Southern Miss. My daughter Anna Lee is here. She is a junior at Petal High School. She is excited about Petal Friday night, playing for the state championship, along with a lot of other teams in this area, Wayne County and Collins, so to speak. We have a son who is a junior at the University of Mississippi in Oxford. So he could not be here today, but I want to thank my family, and I want to say this, Coach, you mentioned that your family flew over from Ireland for this press conference?
They're on vacation.
But they're here. Well, I'll tell you this. I can't top that, but I got a group of family and friends back here, and they flew over from Petal. So I want to thank them for being here. I really do. It means a lot to me personally, and it's going to mean a lot to this community college and junior college more than this community and this junior college more than you'll ever know. I want to share this real quick. I told the Board of Trustees I'm tired. I really am. It's been a long 24 hours for this gentleman and myself, and I want to tell you about the president here. Unbelievable. I get it. I agreed last night about 7 o'clock, and I said, here's what I'm going to do. He said, no, you're not. Whap, whap, whap. He kind of set it out how I'm going to do this. I left here at 7 o'clock last night. I drove to Olive Branch, about 5 hours away. When I got there, I realized I hadn't eaten dinner. I got on the phone with Christy. I stayed awake till about 2, got up at 5, had to meet the superintendent and principal and football team this morning to resign from Olive Branch High School. I forgot about breakfast. He told me I had to be back for 1 o'clock. I jumped in the car 5 hours down the road. I got here to change clothes. I didn't have another suit, so I got home, and I forgot to eat lunch. So I went to the board meeting a while ago and I started shaking, and I said, I'm not going to make it. Well, I can tell you this man's a smart man, not by his hires, but by his secretary. I walked out, and within about a minute of myself saying I'm starving, I had a steak, a pork chop, some green beans, shrimp peeled, and some scalloped potatoes. So I don't know if Teresa's in here, but you got it going, and I do appreciate that. Let me say this. And that's a true story. And usually I have notes a little more organized than this. I found this on my floorboard. And literally, I've been driving for 10 hours. And are there any highway patrolmen in here? I was driving very fast and taking notes and texting at the same time. But I want to share this with you, and I mean this. I was kind of reflecting, headed back south today, and I kind of said I want to put into words where my mind is right now. And I came up with 4 words: ecstatic, honored, humbled, and blessed. And I mean that. I'm ecstatic to be the head coach at this college, and I mean that. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to be standing before a group like this in this capacity, and I am excited is not a good word. I'm ecstatic to be here. I'm honored to be here. I understand this is a very important role. I understand that there's been a lot of people before me, and there will be people after me, and I'm honored to line up in this capability, this capacity. I'm also humbled. Coaching humbles people sometimes, and you go and you do and you learn, and there's got to be a lot of humility in this profession, and sometimes we forget that, and I'm humbled to be here, and I'm blessed. My wife and I spent a lot of time praying over the last 7 or 8 months about our next journey in this profession that we're committed to, and God's answered a lot of prayers here. Since I was a little bitty boy, little boy, I've had one dream in my life, and I say this unashamedly. I wanted to be a head football coach at a college. And by gosh, today I'm a head football coach at a college. And I'm going to tell you this. My voice has been gone. I understand the responsibility that goes along with this job, and I am ecstatic about being here. A lot of people dream of a lot of things, but this is a dream come true for myself and my family. Vince Lombardi said it this way: winning is not a sometime thing, it's an all-the-time thing. But we forget about the rest of that. You go into coach's office and you see that all the time. Winning is not a sometime thing, it's an all-the-time thing. But he went on to say, the reason that is you do things right every day. Well, this is my philosophy in a nutshell. We're going to attempt to do things right all the time. We're going to demand it, we're going to preach it, and we're going to walk the walk and talk the talk. And that's going to be one of our goals, do things right all the time. And I guarantee you winning will take care of itself. One of the things that I've seen since I've been here, Christy and I have been up here 2 or 3 times over the last 10 days just to ride around campus and look. And I could not get this off my mind. When you leave here, look at the banners on the sign. It says, be great, be great, be great. Here is my goal for this football program, to be great. There's no reason that we cannot be great here. And greatness can be defined in a lot of ways. It's not just winning football game. It's academic. It's social development. But we're going to be a great football team, and I thank you for this opportunity.